Thanks for coming our way. I mean, it just elevates this event in so many ways, and what Caitlin has done, not just in on the court, but just in general for women and girls in sport, and such an inspiration and motivation. So, I really look forward to seeing your game tomorrow.
I honestly just got so triggered by Caitlin Clark's golf debut, and it is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
If you're a basketball player but just a recreational golfer like Caitlin is, the delusional fan base that follows her disrespects the LPGA golfers by thinking she can go into this tournament and do anything.
Caitlin Clark's decision to join an LPGA golf tournament during the off-season was exactly what she needed to continue building her off-court legacy. From the moment she stepped onto the green, the golf world was captivated by the sheer magnitude of the Caitlin Clark effect. Her presence generated an immense amount of buzz, not only drawing attention to the tournament, but also showing the WNBA what genuine appreciation looks like. The top names in golf couldn't believe the level of excitement she brought, and they made sure to honor her with the respect she truly deserves, something that, unfortunately, has been lacking within the WNBA at times. Nelly Korda, one of the top women golfers in the world, truly understood how to welcome Caitlin Clark. She didn't just tolerate Clark's presence, she celebrated it. Korda took the time to engage with Clark, making her feel like an integral part of the event. Her support contrasted sharply with the cold, jealousy-driven responses Clark has received from some within the WNBA, who have struggled to accept the attention she's been getting. Korda's actions set an example of the respect and camaraderie that all athletes, especially women, should experience. Korda's warm embrace of Clark and the way she helped highlight Clark's significance at the tournament is a lesson for the sports world, particularly for leagues like the WNBA. It's a reminder that recognition and appreciation shouldn't be driven by competition, but rather by celebration of success and the growth of women's sports. This interaction was more than just a moment. It was a clear message about how athletes should be treated when they achieve greatness, and how the sports world can uplift one another in the process. This story is only beginning to unfold, and it's clear that Caitlin Clark's influence is reaching beyond the basketball court and into other spaces, making waves and shifting the perception of women in sports.
So sweet, so nice. It was nice to kind of get to spend some time with her. We've messaged a little on Instagram beforehand, but to get to spend some time with her and to see the influence that she has on people, bringing people out here, and to see how amazing of an influence she is just for sports was really cool to see firsthand today.
Maria Fasti, a talented Mexican golfer, quickly joined the ranks of those who celebrated Caitlin Clark, further showcasing the widespread influence of the Caitlin Clark effect. Fasti's response was not only filled with genuine admiration, but also highlighted how athletes, especially women, can build each other up in ways that transcend sports. Unlike some of the reactions within the WNBA, which were clouded by jealousy or resentment over Clark's rising popularity, Fasti's appreciation of Clark was a shining example of how sportsmanship should look. She applauded Caitlin for her achievements and recognized the significant impact she had, not just in basketball, but in the world of sports as a whole. Fasti's reaction proved that true support for women athletes doesn't involve competition or bitterness, but rather a shared recognition of talent and success. In contrast to some of the negativity Caitlin has faced in her own sport, Fasti's example highlighted the power of mutual respect and positive reinforcement. Her words, filled with acknowledgment and praise, showed that when women uplift one another, it benefits everyone. This interaction exemplified how Caitlin Clark's influence is far-reaching, inspiring even seasoned professionals in other sports to take notice of her impact. It's a clear message that when athletes, regardless of the sport they represent, come together with respect, they can push each other to new heights. Fasti's admiration of Clark is the kind of support that should be standard in any sport, a reminder that celebration of talent, rather than jealousy, is what propels everyone forward.
I wanted to come say hi and introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria. Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports, kicking ass.
The Golf Channel's coverage of Caitlin Clark's participation in an LPGA tournament marked a refreshing shift in how women's sports can be celebrated and leveraged for mutual growth. Their focus wasn't just on her performance as an athlete. They recognized the potential for both Caitlin and the LPGA to benefit from a collaboration. This coverage underscored how Caitlin's star power could significantly raise the visibility and appeal of women's golf, attracting more attention to the sport while giving Caitlin a broader platform. What stood out was how the Golf Channel framed Caitlin's involvement in the tournament as an opportunity for a partnership that could elevate both her career and the LPGA, demonstrating a level of foresight and appreciation for her influence. This type of recognition is something the WNBA, despite Caitlin's transformative impact in basketball, has often failed to fully capitalize on. The WNBA's missed opportunity to acknowledge and embrace Caitlin's full potential contrasts with how the Golf Channel and the LPGA saw it, a win-win situation that could help expand the reach of women's sports. The message was clear from the Golf Channel. Collaborations between Caitlin Clark and the LPGA could be a game-changer, creating a powerful alliance that not only elevates the profile of both athletes and organizations, but also contributes to the broader goal of advancing women's sports. This kind of forward-thinking approach is something that other leagues, like the WNBA, should take note of. By recognizing and supporting athletes like Caitlin, who have the ability to drive attention and inspire audiences beyond their own sport, these leagues could unlock new levels of success for their athletes and for the visibility of women's athletics as a whole.
It's been a huge win already for the LPGA in terms of publicity. Now, what the LPGA does with this going forward, that remains to be seen. But given Clark and her love of golf, saying, she was going to go off and become a professional golfer, I think there's an opportunity here for the LPGA to capitalize and maybe make this into more of a partnership that could benefit both sides beyond just this one-off.
The Golf Channel's coverage of Caitlin Clark at the LPGA tournament highlighted her star power, with both players and fans praising her impact on the event. Her presence brought fresh energy and attention, showing how athletes should be celebrated. This was in stark contrast to how Caitlin has sometimes been received in the WNBA, where her rising popularity hasn't always been met with the same level of support. The Golf Channel's recognition of Caitlin sets an example for the WNBA on how to truly value and uplift their stars.
There's definitely a buzz in the air. I think there's a lot of excitement about what's to come. Caitlin Clark is actually speaking as a part of a panelist this afternoon. So for those who are lucky enough to be in the room, that's exciting. Of course, people can watch it and stream online as well. But I know players are getting excited about seeing some of Caitlin's action tomorrow.
Caitlin Clark's story of how she got into golf is truly inspiring. What started as a casual activity with friends and family turned into a serious passion, driven by her natural competitive spirit. She explained that she never expected golf to become such an important part of her life, but once she discovered the challenge and competition it offered, she was hooked. This shift from a fun pastime to a focused interest reflects the same drive and love for sports that fuel her basketball career. Caitlin's ability to adapt and pursue excellence in multiple arenas shows that her ambition extends far beyond basketball, making her a true force in sports overall.
My dad, I loved it. My dad played a little bit growing up, and then I remember for one of my birthdays I asked for golf clubs, and I got this cute little pink set. It was probably from, who knows, the store up the street, and a cheap not plastic, but pretty cheap pair. I had them for a while. They were cute. And then eventually got some nice clubs, and I really love it. That's
Rachel Dita, a TV host, shared her perspective in a video about how the LPGA successfully capitalized on Caitlin Clark's growing popularity. In stark contrast to the WNBA, she highlighted how the LPGA recognized Caitlin's star power and strategically used it to promote the tournament, bringing a fresh energy and excitement. In comparison, Data pointed out that the WNBA missed an opportunity to do the same, overlooking the potential to leverage Caitlin's influence for the growth of the league. She emphasized that the WNBA could benefit from learning how the LPGA embraced Caitlin, as it showed the importance of recognizing and supporting their star athletes to boost visibility and success.
This Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television.
When Caitlin Clark participated in the LPGA event, the support from the golfing community was overwhelming. Social media was buzzing with posts and live chats celebrating her performances, and the Golf Channel even started their coverage 90 minutes earlier than usual to showcase her. This enthusiasm contrasted sharply with how the WNBA had handled her rising popularity. leading Rachel Dida to feel that the league didn't fully value Clark. She pointed out how the LPGA embraced Caitlin's star power, highlighting how transformative her presence could be when celebrated properly. The comparison underscored the difference in how each league values its athletes, with the golf world offering a level of support that the WNBA seemed reluctant to provide. In a video, Rachel discussed how Caitlin is being embraced beyond the WNBA, and what lessons the league could learn from this approach to better support their stars.
Now, from this event, I have only seen and heard of positive things. I didn't hear one thing about how her fans are toxic. I didn't hear one thing about there being too much spotlight on Caitlin Clark and it should have maybe been on the professional golfers that are there. We didn't hear any of that. And those are the types of things that we have been hearing for the entirety of the WNBA season last season.
Brittany Lincecum, a professional golfer, expressed her admiration for Caitlin Clark in a way that resonated deeply with fans across both sports. She called Caitlin an absolute game-changer, not just for basketball, but for women's sports as a whole. Brittany highlighted Caitlin's ability to bring a wave of fresh attention and energy wherever she goes, emphasizing how transformative her presence is. Her praise served as a powerful reminder of Caitlin's influence, while also pointing out how much the WNBA could learn about properly celebrating and uplifting their own stars. Here's what Brittany had to say.
She has done for women's sports and basketball, and to have her at our golf tournament, I'm in awe. I got a basketball. I'm hoping she signs it for my girls. But it's just really cool to see her coming out. I've seen her swing. I think she has a great swing and she has potential.
Tiger Woods' praise for Caitlin Clark was indeed groundbreaking, especially coming from such a renowned figure in the world of sports. Known for his discerning recognition of talent, Woods' acknowledgment of Caitlin's presence and impact at the LPGA tournament speaks volumes about her prowess and versatility. His comments about Caitlin's athleticism and ability to bring excitement to any sport were a powerful endorsement that resonated with the broader sports community, elevating Caitlin's status beyond just basketball. Woods' words not only highlight Caitlin's impressive skill set, but also cast a spotlight on the WNBA's failure to recognize and appreciate her true value. The contrast between the golf community's embrace of Caitlin and the WNBA's lukewarm response couldn't be more striking. The LPGA welcomed Caitlin with open arms, showcasing a level of respect and admiration that many felt was long overdue in women's basketball. As the conversation surrounding Caitlin's journey continues, the debate takes a new turn with the recent controversy sparked by Gina Ori's remarks. His criticism of Caitlin's participation in the LPGA tournament, calling it disrespectful to the sport, has added another layer to the discussion. While some have questioned the authenticity of his comments, the controversy only adds fuel to the fire of what has become a pivotal moment in Caitlin's career. Stay tuned for the upcoming video, where we delve deeper into these comments and their implications, exploring the larger narrative of how Caitlin Clark is being received and what it means for the future of women's sports.